gesund, ne? Begib dich zum Anwesen. Warum mir das nicht genauer gezeigt wird noch, weiß ich nicht. Hä?
Kurz einmal helfen, Dinge zu verschieben.
Yes.
So, bald. Wenn du gerade beschäftigt bist.
Sehr große Aufräumaktion hier. So, wo ist denn jetzt hier dieses... Der meint da nicht die Kirche, oder? Ich verstehe es nicht. Ich muss die befragen? Das hier? Ach, ein Unterschlupf. Ja, war jetzt nicht, ne? Wobei, war ich da eigentlich schon im Norden?
Over there!
Ja, mir ist auf jeden Fall nichts.
Back in the grave, you!
Ach, hier war ich schon mal.
Doctor?
Do you know anything in particular about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
Who doesn't know the man? I think he intervened personally to put an end to the police strike of last August.
What else can you tell me about him?
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of powerful and influential man who could commit murder and get away with it. With just one phone call.
Toll. Sag mir, wo der wohnt.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Ach,
Dr. Reed, I am glad to see you again.
hab ich die befreit? Nee. Da war hier gerade nicht noch eine zweite. Da unten. Komm ich aber
I
nicht
hope you
hin,
can
ne?
stay a little longer this time.
Good evening, Miss Price. How are you tonight?
Dr. Reed, I didn't know you had returned from the war. I had a new doctor when you left, but he's not as kind as you.
Always glad to see a former patient in good condition. It's been a long time.
Too long indeed. And as a token of my appreciation, I'll grant you the best price if you fancy buying anything from my humble shop.
What can you tell me about yourself, Miss Price?
I'm still managing my shop. The only difference is, since the quarantine, we're open at night. You, on the contrary, seem to have changed a lot.
Really? Have I changed that much? It must have been the war. And the night shifts since my return.
Don't get me wrong, Dr. Reed, you're still handsome. Just maybe a little bit wiser. More serious. It suits you well.
Tell me more about yourself. No new fiancé? I remember you were hoping to get remarried. I'm sure you must have a few suitors.
Who would marry an old bat like myself with a grown daughter and a little business? As you know, I only fancy handsome men like yourself.
Have you noticed anything in particular in this part of town recently?
Other than you coming back to cheer me up? Nothing at all, Dr. Reed.
Does your daughter still worry you, Miss Price? I remember you were often concerned about her health when she was younger.
Have you not seen Carol since you returned? She's almost a young woman now. But she'll always remain my sweet little baby.
So you're less afraid?
Some things never change. Carol is still too clumsy for her own good. Sometimes her innocence puts her in real danger.
You have every reason to be cautious, Miss Price. Especially in these difficult times.
Maybe you could talk with her, Dr. Reed. It would be nice to have a man here more often. We would both feel safer.
Why would her innocence put her in danger?
She does not realize how cruel life can be. Maybe I was a bad mother to protect her too much. My poor dear Carol.
Klingt fast so. Was hat die so?
May I...
It's always...
Ah, die hat sogar Nieten. Aluminiumteil, ja, richtig geilen Scheiß.
Dr. Reed, I am glad to see you again.
Ach, guck mal.
Good evening.
You know...
Do you know Aloysius Dawson?
Everybody knows him. He's only been to my shop once, though, looking for rare books and other intriguing antiques.
Did he buy something from you?
No, he left quickly. He almost laughed at my goods. Mr. Dawson may be a rich man, but you can't buy good manners.
But isn't Aloysius Dawson known for his philanthropy?
That was before his brother Robert died in an aeroplane crash. Since then, the remaining twin has turned into a heartless tycoon.
Good.
Dr. Reed,
Someone else
I
instead.
am glad to see you again.
Bleibt immer
Dr.
schön
Good
hier.
evening, Miss Price. I'm Dr. Reed. Do you remember me?
Dr. Reed? Yes, of course.
Hat
You
die
are
denn
the
für ein
doctor who
verzogenes
healed me
Gesicht?
and my mum. Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Good to see you too, Carol. Are you all right?
Oh, yes. I did not hurt myself recently. I know how to take care of myself now. I'm almost a grown-up.
Why are you awake at night, Carol?
I am helping my mother in her shop. It's not easy, but I'm a grown-up now.
I'm sure your mother is grateful for your help.
I do the best I can. But I'm so clumsy sometimes. I drop things. I injure myself. It's a good thing my mother has the patience of an angel.
Why is work not easy? Is something or someone bothering you?
Oh no, most people are gentle with me. But I'm so nervous sometimes. I pay no attention and hurt myself. Good thing my mum learned first aid.
First aid.
What can you tell me of the people living nearby?
I don't speak to many people, except our customers. It's not easy to make friends. And with the epidemic, it's even more difficult.
Have you no friends at all?
No. Mr. Nithercote used to pass by and was always nice to me.
Does he not come by anymore?
No. Mum said he was weird. Always reciting poetry about a girl he'd met in Whitechapel. I wonder who this camellia may be.
What can you tell me about the epidemic?
Some of our regular customers have left London. Some others only send their housemaids now. Everybody fears the contagion. I've even seen men with weapons.
Dr. Reed.
Do you enjoy working with your mother?
Oh yes, Doctor. My mother raised me alone after my father died. We've always lived together. and she has always watched over me.
Do you remember your father?
No, I was just a baby then. My mother always told me how strong and good he was.
Do you ever think about getting married, now you're a woman?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. Mum always says I'm still a child who has no idea how tough life can be. No husband would like a clumsy girl like me.
Oh Gott, die Mutter.
Have you ever met the famous Aloysius Dawson?
Yes, a very strange man. Not very nice.
What do you mean?
He said he was ready to pay good money for rare books, and then laughed at what we showed him.
Sie ist schwach, ja.
Goodbye.
Das merkt man. So, einmal rüber.
Good evening, young lady.
My mother...
Falsche Taste.
Goodbye, Carol.
Kacke. Ja, braucht die was? Oh, guck mal.
Good morning. Dr.
Good
Reed.
evening, sir.
I am glad.
Komm. Hä? Wo ist denn das T? Jetzt. Wir müssen jetzt runtergehen, damit ich sie belauschen kann, oder was? Jetzt wird die da unten zur Sau gemacht, pass auf.
Be careful, Carol. You're wasting good food here.
Yes, Mother.
I said be careful, child. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Mummy has been so clumsy again.
No, that's okay. It won't bleed for long.
You're so pale. Are you feeling sick? Do you need to see a doctor?
No, I'm fine. I already saw the doctor last week.
Don't be silly. You must see a doctor. Just don't tell him how clumsy your mummy is, all right? I love you so much, my baby.
I love you too, Mother.
Ach du Scheiße. So, kann ich da irgendwas gegen machen? Inzwischen räume ich hier alles aus. Doch nicht.
Good
So,
evening,
du
Miss
Bitch.
Price.
You know you can call me...
Tell me, Carolyn, do you often wound or hurt your daughter by mistake?
No. I always thought it was Carol's clumsiness that caused these incidents. Maybe it's a family trait, Doctor.
You really
Die
believe
ist doch
it's
komplett
just bad
gestört.
luck and being clumsy then?
Of course, Doctor. What else could it be? I have nothing to hide.
You are responsible for your daughter's many injuries and scars, Carolyn. You brutalize her, don't you?
How could I abuse my own flesh and blood? This is nonsense. It would be like hurting myself.
You really believe you've done nothing wrong, don't you? How long has this been going on for? I should have seen it when you were my patients.
Seen what? Child abuse? Are you mad, Dr. Reed? I dedicated my whole life to my precious Carol. She is a part of me.
Yes. Even her name is just a part of yours. This is a terrible tragedy. Something of an unknown disorder. My God. Abuse that comes from overwhelming love.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. How dare you say something like that? What kind of a monster do you think I am?
Speak to me, Carolyn. Why do you behave like this? How does it make you feel to hurt Carol before cajoling her?
I don't know. It makes me feel good to take care of my daughter. I need to feel useful. No one ever takes care of me. I need someone to take care of me.
Do you realize Carol is a person? Not a toy. Not a doll. The poor girl would put her hand in a flame to please you. You are both trapped in this toxic relationship.
Carol and I are perfectly happy. Leave us be. How stupid I was to believe you could be a suitable husband.
You're a threat to Carol, and no child should feel unsafe in the presence of their parents.
No, Dr. Reed. You are the threat. You are threatening to separate a mother from her only daughter, from the meaning of her life.
I am sorry, I can't help it.
Oh, du Blöde.
Carol's gratitude is exemplary. She seems determined never to leave you.
I'm taking care of my daughter as well as I can. It's not always easy, but she's the best gift life gave me.
But she'll probably leave you someday to live her own life. Will that be difficult for you?
Why would she leave? Children sometimes stay with their parents until the end, for they know no one else will love them as much.
Goodbye. Good evening, young lady.
My mother always prefers when people simply call me.
You need to understand you are in danger, Carol. Your mother is responsible for all your injuries.
That's a lie. She has always taken good care of me. She only gets irritated when I get under her feet. It's my fault. My mum loves me so much.
Yes, Carol. Your mother believes she loves you as much as you're convinced she loves you. But you are both trapped in a toxic relationship that puts you in danger.
What are you saying? That she lied to me all these years? That she wants me to be miserable? My mother has dedicated her life to my safety.
I hope you can stay a little longer.
Your mother is terribly sick, Carol. She suffers from one of the most sadistic attitudes I've ever encountered, and tortures you with a twisted sense of love.
No. My mum loves me and only wants the best for me. It's my fault if I can never do anything right. She deserved a better girl than me.
Is it true you often hurt yourself, Carol?
Yes, it's true. I try to behave, I really do. But one way or another, I always end up injured or wounded. I'm so stupid.
Why would you be stupid?
It's like I can't help getting under my mother's feet. That's how I end up being pushed, cut, or burned. You see, I'm a stupid girl, really.
When exactly do these accidents happen?
Ever since I was little. That's why I need to stay with Mum. I'm not capable of taking care of myself.
Oh Gott, oh Gott.
Goodbye,
oh Gott.
Carol.
Good morning. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
You know...
Wow.
Goodbye.
Die sind ja richtig super vereint miteinander. So. Ach, die könnte ich auch noch fragen, ne?
Good evening, Mr. Baker.
Why do I always have feelings of déjà vu when I talk to you?
I don't know.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
I've heard this is a man who has searched for his place in the world for a long time. I hope he found it.
Good.
Hello again, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
You should ask that question to my brother instead. Personally, I've not seen Aloysius for many years.
Ach, dieses Team. Die trollen doch nur. So, wo geht's hier in diese Kirche? Was ist der Kackeingang? Jetzt bin ich natürlich falsch rumgerannt, ne? Hat die überhaupt einen Eingang?
It's locked.
Diese Kirche hat keinen Eingang. Ich raff das nicht. Was soll das sein? Ja. Hier unten ist aber auch nichts, ne? Ja, komische Druckplatten, dann geben wir zu dem auch noch.
Good evening, Jonathan Reed. Can I help you in any way?
Is there anything you could tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Aloysius Dawson. Yes, of course. We met on several occasions. With time, he got deeper and deeper into the occult.
He's not the only one. It's been quite the fashion for several decades. The Golden Dawn, for instance, is just one example.
True. Aloysius was a member of the Golden Dawn until 1900. Then his thirst for dark knowledge grew. I'm talking forbidden texts, readings which blackened his heart.
Super.
Goodbye, sir.
I read Red River,
Oh, wo wohnt der
Song in
Typ?
the Dark, The Whispers of a Sun.
It's locked,
Die
all right.
halt nicht, warum das hier zu ist. Weil dahinter ist auch nichts, ne? Jetzt sitzt einer da und zwei hier. Und die Kirche hat keinen Eingang. Ich raff es nicht. Ich raff es nicht. Wenn ich nochmal schlafe, wird die wahrscheinlich tot sein, die Tochter. Das will ich ja schon gerne sehen. Ja, ich kann jetzt hier noch 10-mal rumlaufen, es wird nicht besser. Steht denn da irgendwas zu? Der war denn sein nahe der Temple Church. Nahe der Temple Church. So. Wo war diese Einkaufshalle? Ja, doch hier irgendwo. Da hinten. Da. Blindenschrift, wo bist du? Wo bist du? So. Auf geht's.
Dawson's mansion. Here I am at last. But the question remains. Am I ready to make a dying man my progeny?
Nein. Bin ich nicht. Ich bin bereit schon, aber kein Bock. Okay, wohin zuerst? Erstmal hier geradeaus. Wo ist der denn? Ach nee, da sitzt er schon. Dann doch erstmal hoch. Mal kurz die Runde machen. Zeitungsartikel. Hinrichtung des John Francis Sparrow. John Francis Sparrow, 21, wurde heute Morgen in der Haftanstalt von Pentonville gehängt. Mr. Sparrow wurde zum Tode verurteilt, nachdem man ihm des Mordes an seiner Schwester Alexandra Sparrow für schuldig befunden hatte. Bis zum Schluss beharrte man auf seiner Unschuld. Vor Gericht wurde nicht ein einzig formeller Beweis für seine Anwesenheit im Tatort vorgelegt, aber er wurde trotzdem zum Tode verurteilt und hingerichtet. Scotland Yard weigerte sich, den Fall neu aufzurollen. Trotz vieler Lücken im Ablauf der Ereignisse, die letztendlich zu Miss Sparrows Tod führten. Charles Albright, der die Untersuchung von Scotland Yard durchführte, wollte keine unserer Fragen beantworten. Aber vor 3 Wochen wurde er ohne offizielle Begründung degradiert. Welche seltsame Art, eine effiziente Untersuchung zu belohnen.
Reduced in rank for falsely accusing a man of murder. I wonder what Inspector Albright thinks about his punishment.
Muss ich wieder raus und zu dem, oder was? So, da unten sitzt er.
It's locked. It's locked.